Welcome to you one and all, wherever you may be viewing from. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Bayou Gold Guy. I am Bayou Gold Guy. Big thanks to Spencer17 for the awesome Trump hat that I just received in. We've got another piece of mail that he sent we'll be checking out in a minute here. But yeah, we're out front today because we're just a few hours away from the historic debate between President Donald Trump and a potato, and we're gonna see. So Biden was, if you saw the video of him shuffling off down the tarmac to get to as they sequestered him for 7 days, at out there at Camp David, where they were trying to balance out how much dope they're going to be able to give him. I've heard theories that he's actually been sleeping. They're resetting his sleep schedule, so it'll be like at the time of the debate, he will just be waking up and ready to go, like, when he gets in his 2 hours a day, when he's functional. And so again, so we got, Donald Trump's doing this. He is literally a pilgrim in an unholy land, in here in a state that's been trying to prosecute him, in a channel where the anchors have openly called him Hitler. And that Biden laid out all these rules, thinking he'll never accept this. And CNN, our anchors, our questions. You don't think for a second. You remember whenever Donna Brazile fed the questions to Hillary. Don't think for a second that Biden does not have every single question that CNN is going to ask, and every possible and every replies that they suggest him giving, probably too. But the fact that Trump said, he told us he'll debate anytime, anywhere with him, and this is the time and this is the where. And again, it's 3-on-1, because it's not only Pedo Joe, but it's these other two scumbag, CNN openly, hostile people. Trump delusion, Trump derangement syndrome. Nothing close to journalists. These are activists, Democrat activists for the Democrat Party, the leftist extreme party. And so just the fact that Trump is so above all of them and can go in 3-on-1, and like Rush used to say, with have his brain tied behind his back and still take them out. So I'm very anxious and excited to see this. I'm thinking CNN's threatening to shut down channels or something if they stream this for people that comment on it. I'm thinking about maybe running a stream, setting up the camera in front of the TV where I can pause it in between if we want to watch that. Might run that just to see. Because, like I said, if Biden gets up there, the bar is so low. If he even just makes it through, I don't remember if I know they wanted to sit down, and Trump said no to that. I don't know if they ever changed that around. I think it would have been a good visual for them to have Biden sitting down while Trump was standing over him. Not having to sit down for 90 minutes, whereas Biden can barely make it 90 feet. So. Like I said, we'll just have to see. But again, the entire stage, just like everything else in the courts, in the trials, in the charges, in the as a president, in the impeachments and investigations, everything is rigged 100%, just like the 2020 election, against President Trump. And he still says, "Fuck you, I'm coming in head first." So, and we're cheering the removal of that piece of shit Jamal Bowman. Of course, his real name's like Bob or something, I'm sure, as before he changed it to Jamal. But this was the piece of shit who pulled the fire alarm to disrupt Congress when they were trying to stop the vote on, I don't even remember what they were voting on now, but it was something they didn't want to go through, on shutting down the country or extending the budget or something. But he should have been arrested for it. He should have been charged with it. This guy was a principal. And you see this foul-mouthed, ghetto slob, along with the old horseface AOC, jackass that she is, bouncing around, just getting all kinds of shit. Like, while they got this disgusting rap song playing in the background where you can hardly hear them screaming, "We're going to take back our country, take back our country." Take it back from who? Biden's the one's got it. Y'all have it. So who are you going to take it back from? You're in control. So again, just so retarded. And then I don't know if you saw today, just recently, today she had posted a thing on Bowman, and she used the wrong Jamal Bowman whenever she linked it, and then saying how he was the first black, representative from that district. No, there's been two others. So again, she's just she was a retard. They keep saying she was a bartender. AOC was never a bartender. She was a barmaid, a bar back. She does not have the intelligence to be a bartender, and you can see she and from her lifestyle, she's a drunk. So that's usually the and she had a pretty nice rack, so I'm sure she was passed around quite a bit at the bars. That's how she's why she's one of those that's always been available, and thinks she's hot whenever. No, you're not hot. You were just always easy. And again, guys don't look at your face; they're looking at your boobs. So so yeah, her up there screeching and doing her hair, pulling her hair out, and and just trying to it was just and then Bowman up there stomping around, screaming ceasefire, slamming stuff, jumping up and down and doing this. They're all a bunch of it's just like I said, it's ridiculous. And he lost, and now they get rid of that Cori Bush, the other piece of shit, the one that thinks that she has the healing power now. Oh yeah, it's just just delusional. Big slob, another big slob black woman. Defund the police, but puts $100,000 a year on her own private security that the taxpayers pay for, because she needs to have that, because she's worth that. She's got to get that workout for you. She's doing it for you, that she has $100,000 and a $10,000 a month makeup and hair bill, and the giant fucking hooker nails that all these black women have now, that they think and the white ghetto women too, the ones that want to look ghetto. They got these long, look like they take bugles, like bugle chips painted white on the. I don't know if you guys see that, but again, it's absurd and pretty gross to me. But so, all right, well, yeah, we're out front here because again, we're in solidarity. Of course, by the time this is playing, we don't know if it's already been a done deal as far as the debate. So we'll see. But I say it's going to be interesting. So let's now swing around and turn to the new gold epicenter of South Louisiana for our 160th Paydirt review. Number 160. Geez, that sounds like a lot. So, and that's just Paydirt reviews. That's not all the other videos we do in between and about mail calls and specialty stuff. So, wow, thank you so much. And before we swing back there, while we're here, a big shout out to Rob, Rocky Mountain Live Prospecting. He had his surgery last week, and he's dealing with it this week. He came out of the hospital pretty quick, but he's still got some serious recovery to do. I know he's in a lot of pain. And if y'all remember, Rocky Mountain Live Prospecting it was like from almost 3 years ago, I guess now. A bunch of the channels had put together. I had just gotten into it. That's how I first even heard about Rob. Knew of him. Was a bunch of channels had gotten together and made up a Paydirt can for him with all this different gold and all these different Paydirts and all these people on the community. Very generous, a very cool. Just showed how valued that he was in the community and loved in the community. And that was from the accident he'd been in. Well, this surgery that he's having to have redone because they botched it the first time is still from that accident from all those years ago. So he's had to try to deal with this, and he does incredible work up in the mountains of Colorado. And he's always pulling people out, doing his tow truck, pulling stuff when he's not doing the animals for the veterans and the servicemen. And he's dealing with trying to heal up on this, and he's in a lot of pain. And once you've been in pain for so long, when you come out of a fresh surgery, it's hard to get enough of anything that's going to actually do you any good. And that's the problem he's been having now. So everybody. Drop in a line or a well wish. There's a link to his channel here, and like I said, he's real big within it's Four Paws, Colorado, for the veterans, where they do service animals. They basically, the servicemen, they take their animals in and board them and take care of them while they're deployed or have to for whatever reason cannot be available for them, or if God forbid that they don't make it back. They make sure that the animals are taken care of, as you know, as their owners would have wanted. So very honorable, and of course he also supports the Wounded Warriors Project and a number of other veteran organizations. So he's just a great, awesome guy all the way around, and is also a wolf rescue. So he's not just doing this for the pets. He's they've got cats that they've taken in, and is always very supportive of my stuff, and has helped me out tremendously on sending stuff to help the animals with me. And again, just really generous and kind guy. So one more time, I'll put his link into his channel on in the description here. And so I said, but everybody say a prayer, a well wish for Rob, because he's like I said, he's fighting this stuff. It just wears on you whenever you've got any kind of medical stuff like that goes on for any period of time, much less for years. So yeah, but like I said, much respect, my brother, and our hearts go out to you. So that being said, Rom, let's join us as we take a trip back to, once again, the new gold epicenter of South Louisiana, one of the two states in the country that has absolutely no gold in it at all. But we're going way up north to get this one from. See if they don't copyright me for this. Maybe I can keep them from copywriting me if I'm talking over it at the end. But yeah, that's because we're hearing that because we've got some Mr. Ron Anders, Lake Superior. It said never gives up her dead, but will she give up her gold? That's the question. Well, we're set up back here. We've got our usual. Oh, well, you got a little angle there. been Joe Biden, and watch out when he falls over. We call that Bidening, but it doesn't happen very much. We've got our Let's Go Brandon chrome plate there from Mr. Ed Kelly, along with our Trump coin from T-Rep. Let's Go Brandon coin there. And yes, our channel mascot from Carson, the Lego Trump. And then we've also got our Trump gnome, Make Your Garden Great Again. We got from Mr. Doug Odette. And he always stays on guard inside just because he's fragile. I don't want to break him, carrying him in and out. Little Trump over there, he's easy to handle, so we don't like to risk him out. But for the debate coming up, we're calling out all the icons for the channel in honor of the greatest president of our time and of this country's history, just about, in my opinion, and that of a lot of people that are rooting for him now. So before we move on, like I said, we've got another edition along with that beautiful Trump hat. It came in from, you can see the A there, the USA. I don't know, maybe I need to raise up a little bit there. There you go. If you hit it the USA that runs across it up and down. And Keep America Great. It's got the Donald Trump signature on the back. So awesome. Thank you so much, Spencer. Out there in Texas, I'm telling you, man, there's something going on. You watch out for that Texas vote because they're giving up way too many swing states too easily. And I've heard rumors and several different sources that there's something going on with Texas that they're thinking they're going to be able to come back with the illegal vote and actually swing Texas and be able to negate any number of the other states that they're willing to give up. They're considered swing states. So you need to make sure you guys get out there, get that early voting in. I'm going to do it for sure so that we don't start out with millions of votes down and again make it too big to rig so that they can't sit there and come up with them for the next 10 hours. But check this beauty out. Actually, it came in each one was wrapped, so I took them out of the Ziploc. but they're the 24 karat certified authenticity, and they are test report gold bars at 24 karat gold plated, limited to 1,000 pieces, and then they're numbered. And then it says on the back that it is a certificate. Very nice. And again, I don't know what prompted. I mean, I do the Trump coins and stuff, but I mean, I don't know what prompted them. But these are actually dollar bill proofs from all the denominations, starting with the $1. I got to turn it up there. The $1, and then there's the $2, the 20. My distant relative Andrew Jackson, proud to say. There's your $5, your $10, and then up here, I was wondering if they were going to put in 1,000, but that's not anything in circulation for a long time. So, the $50, and then the $100. So very nice. And then when you flip them, they each have just like on the regular bills. Very cool. So just check that out. I'm just always at a wonder when you guys come up with this stuff. And I'm sitting there, it was Sunday, and I just happened to be looking. I checked my phone on the message on the phone text messaging, and that's really beautiful stuff. And it said there was a message on this from Spencer. It said check your mailbox. So I checked my mailbox on my my Gold Guy Gmail, and I haven't even opened these up yet. I guess I opened up my Gmail, and there was nothing that pertinent. So I wasn't sure if it hadn't come through or what. There we go. And then I go out to walk Gizmo that night, and I see my mailbox door is open, and it's a package from Amazon. So yeah, they deliver. I guess he'd gotten the message saying it's been delivered, and I didn't know it, but yeah, they have their own mail and their own deliveries anytime, any day or night, apparently. So, but check that, isn't that beautiful without through the plastic? I mean, it's heavy, very like this, very cool. A very cool collectible, and 24 karat gold plate. You see the gold 9999999. Paula's not dead. So, all right. Well, Spencer, brother, thank you so much. Again, I don't know what what prompted such generosity, but I really appreciate it. I'm gonna have to between this and the silver that I've gotten, I need to have something, some kind of a display case set up but it's got to be cat proof. I got a curio cabinet that's been set out on the porch that I haven't brought in the front porch because I'm afraid that it'll end up crashed over on the side of the floor when a cat gets on top of it and tries to jump off her. I have some big cats, and this thing's would have to be almost like fastened down to the floor to be secured to be cat proof. And it's a 3 shelf, narrow, tall glass cabinet. So yeah, not there's our boy. Hey there, little hurricane. How you doing, fella? He spends most of his time over next door under my neighbor's patio cover. She's going. He'll let me pet him. He's like, I don't know why he's so dizzy. He doesn't like the kids at all. He leaves when they come out there. Doesn't let them. He doesn't let them mess with him too much. But her as an adult, I'm saying, that's how I met him. Was he loved getting those belly scratches. Laid up on his back with that belly up and would wrap his paws around my wrist, and he never clawed, though. He was always so very gentle and a sweet boy. But yeah, when the kittens came and the females started acting all jukey. He got out, did not, he was miserable even whenever he was hurt. And I brought him in. He was miserable for that time. They kept jumping him. So once they're all fixed, hopefully that will be alleviated. Damn it! I just wiped everything off back there. Speaking of fixed, my boy, my big white panther, went in this week and got his little nuts done. got him clipped, and he came out of it very well. They said he handled it great, and the other cats, when he came home, I was afraid they'd all be trying to lick on him more, or Gizmo, and you know, I had him separated for the first hour, and he was just in there not liking it, so I still couldn't feed him. But I let him out, and he came in there and hopped up on the bed and laid with me there after that for the evening. And so yeah, he was happy, and the rest of them, like I said, there was never any issue. So he came out of it really good. So now if I can just get the rest of the females up there, they're all scheduled to be done in July, and stop the bleeding, because I got another one's about to be the first one. Jessie, she must have gotten pregnant. I mean, immediately after she had the other ones, because it hasn't been hardly enough time for her to get pregnant and have more kittens, and she's about to. So yeah, it's a mess. And then meanwhile, I got my other little ones up there at the shop. The little one with the gray nose, tuxedo. He got adopted. He got adopted first on the day when he was gone, when they were gone, when they first were up there, and but they brought him back because the little girl had a terrible allergy to him. So after the first two were adopted in the opening day, one of them came back, and he just went out the other day. But the black, here they are. Whenever I was there, it just broke my heart to be there and leave them. Check this out. This is, they said, Mr. Ron Andrews. If y'all have been following, you know that he came down recently, and it was Memorial Day, right around Memorial Day weekend, and that time period, and brought me those awesome crystals that he harvests from the crystal mines in Arkansas. I believe it was Arkansas, but this stuff he had been up in. This is up where he's actually prospected, I believe, with Jason with Flower Gold Wizard as well. But it's up at Lake Superior, and he'd found, they find, if you've ever seen like what Jason's videos, they find layers of the black sand along the shore, and there's a lot of black sand to choose from. So they have to do the test pans, and they'll go down through. Sometimes it'll be 2 or 3 layers, separated by the white sand, the yellow sand, and you can see just dry panning how much black sand shows up immediately there. And then we pull out our magnet. You see, that's a good amount of black sand, and there's a lot more left in there, which that means hematite, I believe, unless it's some kind of volcanic sand that might be in from Lake Superior. But this is all glacial till, well, where glaciers 2 miles high, crushing the ground and grinding up rock, carried and deposited the heavier minerals in the front of the lead edge of the glacier, as it would pause and it would repeatedly advance and retreat, and so yeah, it would continue to fall down. That's why you have the very fine flower gold up there that they recover, because it was literally just ground out of the rocks as it was crushed by these giant glaciers. That's why you also have the very cool, what they call erratics, the boulders up there that just show up out of nowhere, don't match any local rock or any local geology, that were carried maybe a mile high in the middle of a glacier as it melted away and dropped down and was left in the middle of a field or on the edge of a mountain where it doesn't belong, or something very cool. Even Central Park in New York City, you can see the striations in the rocks from the advancing of different glaciers as they leave parallel lines running basically north and south, or northeast to or northwest to southeast, or whatever directions the glaciers were moving at that time, etched in the rock. Think about it being 2 miles up to the top of it. It's pretty that's pretty crazy. So Ron Anderson, he's out there, he's digging around, he gets down to a layer of black sand where let's go ahead and hit our jet dry for good measure. So since this is beach sand, of course it's going to be very clean. I'd expect there to be no mud or cloudiness to it at all, and that's the way it's looking there initially. But yeah, he said they were doing the test pans and they were showing some color. So once they do that, he went ahead and just started filling him up some buckets, and before he came down here, he made up this bag is about a little under 10, right at 10 pounds. Maybe, I think maybe an ounce, 2 ounces under 10 pounds, and he did not add any gold to this. So anything we find, we will know is 100% natural Lake Superior gold. So we might not find anything at all. We might find us a few flakes, little specks. Or we might make Ron jealous and find he hit the mother vein right up to the edge where he stopped loading up our bag. And but no, he'd had, like I said, he'd filled up. I think he said he'd had some buckets. He filled up a couple of buckets when they were down there, and of course, there's areas. It was not in one of the areas where you're not allowed to carry off sand from the beach. It's in such demand as another 100 cubic yards is deposited in that 10 by 10 area with the next storm that comes in, and it picks up 100 yards of sand down in one part of the beach, then deposits it in another storm somewhere else on the beach, just like they do in the Gulf. But they're not. But you can't carry out any buckets of a few 5-gallon buckets of sand, that you dig up, 100 yards from the water up the beach. I can think of a half a dozen places that I would love to go and have panned when I used to fish Lake Fork. Places where they would add stock tanks in the cow pastures, and as they flooded the lake, the water came up and actually inundated the stock tanks, and that's how they had been introducing the bass to the lake, the Florida strain hybrids that Texas became known for. And so those were basically nursery tanks, or for the fry. And they had those going for years as the lake was filling. But yeah, there'd be places where they'd have those tanks, and then where the runoff from those tanks would drain out and then come down the sides of the incline of the from the elevation going into usually these were in valleys, creek valleys and streams that had run through there that they're flooding up to, and cutting out down to where I was seeing, where I can remember seeing rock. And I'd fish, all that time up there. I was always bass fishing, but I sure would have been carrying a pan to try some of these. That's where I found whenever they had a leak in the dam or damage to the dam. So the first time in the history, they drew the lake down like 11 feet. And that's when I found my fossils, my petrified wood. But it also just destroyed the ecology of the lake, because all that shore, along the shore, the hydrilla and basically seaweed that you'd call it for the lake, was left high and dry and died out, so it never came back the way it was. Holy cow! I don't know if you guys are seeing that, but look at there, right there. See that little gold speck? That is my first piece of Lake Superior gold. That is pretty awesome. I was not, to be honest, I certainly wasn't expecting to see anything on the first pan. I was thinking maybe we'll get down, there'll be some settled in, but that's the one scoop off the top. Mm. So all right, there we. I probably edited a lot out of this because it's taken me a while to find that little speck again. But so there we go, a nice, like I said, not quite a picker, but our first speck of gold from Lake Superior in our Paydirt from Ron Anders. And like I said, you guys, I've shown some. He sent me some last couple of years. The last couple of years, he sent me a number of different. I think actually one of the pictures he did send me was with him and Jason and the group out there when they were together. I accidentally erased all the damn. See there, that's what I was talking about right at the top. That was right there. See that right there? That is flour gold. That is flour gold. Try to get away from me here. So we did, and I think there's another little hint of it, something else beside it there too, on the edge of that black sand. But we're just going to go ahead and pull that out while I see it right there. So two pieces, two colors, as they say. But yeah, that was awesome, man. Like I said, I'm just scooping it right off the top, and we are using our. I thought it'd be fitting to use our Flower Gold Wizard. That's what I'd gotten from him whenever the last Paydirt I got from Jason. He included that. Very cool. His laser 3D printer scoop, and this is the perfect material for it. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to jump into this. We'll be back and see what might be occurred in this one. And again, a lot of times, after doing this for season 4 here, sometimes I forget that there's a lot of you guys watching this that maybe the first time you've seen this. And again, I can explain a little bit about what it's about as far as our gold and material here. But whenever you're doing this and you're dealing with this kind of black sand material, whenever you, of course, you see it's always shaking the pan. That's called stratifying it, where you're making that gold settle to the bottom, so you can then pan off the top material. And you see, you wash it out, and that lighter blonde sand will carry out. And then once you've rinsed it a few times, you shake it, and again, it'll flush the lighter stuff to the top of the pan, and you can rinse that off till you get down to your. See how it carries it all off kind of ahead of itself, ahead of the black, and you keep repeating that until you get all of your blonde sand out of the way. And then you can some people work it on down from there. I do it I prefer to not have as much to wash into the bottom of the pan, so I'll work it out like that, where I'm just moving a few grains at a time and just getting it out of the way. And depending on the gold, like this stuff, when you've got this super fine tiny gold, you don't really have to worry so much about it wanting to sit on top of the heavier material, the black sand. But when you've got some of those flakes that are actually not tiny chunkies, but tiny flat, then you're going to have the issue where they will actually ride on top of even the heavier black sand, and water rinse out a little easier. So you really have to stratify it down. So, but then again, now you see we're down to where we just have all black sand. There's no more blonde sand showing up at all, because the lighter material always rinses off first. So as long as whenever you get down to the black sand, and you're dealing with fine gold especially, you want to stratify it a lot, like every first or second wash. You don't want to do too many times and let it just carry, and watch for any of that little silver or gold dust of shine that might appear, because it'll always show up right in here in the bottom corners of the pan as you're washing that stuff down. So that's I just wanted to point that out, because like I said, when you get to doing this so many times, again, episode 160 here, and while this truly isn't a true pay dirt that's available for you guys right now, at least, it will be sometime, because I will be making up some genuine Lake Superior bottles of pay dirt, and getting some suitable fine gold that will go in these. So, all right, well, like I said, we'll check this back on this whenever we get to the end. Oh, and as we close out National Shame Month, and I'm sitting here listening to YouTube while I go through this dirt, we see that, yes, another Maryland Democrat leader has been exposed as a pedo. No surprise. Who would have thought it would look like that? Yeah. And I don't know if you just saw this on the heels of Biden just appointing another trans man. I don't know what this freak is, but it's the picture of him with another guy that's painted silver with his arm around him. Again, these freaks of nature that are put in. He's in charge of like national communication. Again, nothing. He has absolutely no qualifications. And because they looked it up for, what has he done to deserve this, other than being XYZ, mentally ill, deviant, which is the main criteria for doing anything for Biden or being in the vice presidency or anything. But yeah, so get a look at this. Another pedo exposed, always on the Democrat side, always some kind of policy, political leader where they're in charge and are able to hide their stuff a lot easier than the guys that are maybe can't afford the dark web on their computers or what. I don't know, but yeah, that's more good riddance. Stick him in there and let him let the prison system do their thing on him like they do most of the others that they get in there. They don't last long. So yeah, yeehaw. There's last pan I had nothing showing up in it. So that was our lucky first pan where we got us a hot spec first thing. Two specs. But this is the other method where you rock your, actually you don't swirl it around, you keep your pan level and you let the water, Gizmo, no. Let the water rock back and forth and carry the sand down a little at a time. Take it back up, give it a little shake to separate it. And the same thing, hold it on equal sides, so you're just basically tipping it, like you're rocking it. And the water comes together at the top and then pushes the material out to the bottom. Anyway, that's how I'm working this stuff down. And I don't know what prompted me to do this, but I was at the store the other day and they had the strawberry gator. If you can see there, that is the gator with maybe I can hold it back and zoom in on it whenever I edit it. But it is the gator with the strawberry in his mouth, like my nuggets are, and 8% alcohol, malt. It is a malt beverage, but it's by Abita, which is the Abita Springs is the brewery down here on the. Actually, it's a spring in Louisiana where I think the original brewery started from. But Abita has their main beers have been around for a long time. Now they do all these different flavored. They had blueberry and they had the Abita full strawberry draft or something like that. But this does actually says it has actual strawberry juice in it. But this one's the Abita, the strawberry Doppelbock, which I think is a combination of the 6%. No, the other strawberry was like 4% beer mixed with the Doppelbock, which like is a 9% beer, and it came up with this Gator, which is the 8% strawberry Doppelbock, whatever. I've never had a Beta in any form, so this was my first one to get it, and of course I get it nice and cold, and it has a nice kind of that full, almost that Sam Adams full lager taste. I mean, it doesn't taste like a Colt 45, but but yeah, when it's 8% alcohol, you're talking about malt beverages like Colts or the whatever. I was never a malt drinker because man, it just fucks you up too fast. But I really liked that it had the Gator with the so I might do a version of that. I think my Gators are actually better than the one they have in the beer can here. They need to hire me to do their drawing. and, so but I like the background and the high the top, the green sky and the trees around it, so I might use some of that too. But yeah, so I said there's I don't know what, and right, Ponchatoula is the strawberry like capital of Louisiana. That's where supposedly all their great strawberries come from. I tell you, I've tried Louisiana strawberries a number of times, and I don't know why they're holding this like I'm the spokesperson. I've had their strawberries numerous times, and they're never sweet. They're always bitter. They're semi. They're always on the verge of not being overripe. I buy my strawberries mostly at Walmart whenever they get in the Dole or whatever the other brand that's a California. The only ones I buy is California strawberries. And I get a lot of times I get those big ones the size of almost like a plum. And it's like it's been injected with sugar water. Some are so sweet. But never buy Louisiana strawberries. So but yeah, you can. There is a slight between the beer flavor. There is that subtle kind of a strawberry quality and an aftertaste on it. It's not a bad aftertaste, like a, kind of hits your tongue, I guess, after you've done the beer. But like I said, it's not unpleasant at all. It's rather a pleasant combination. I wasn't sure how it was going to be. Yeah, you notice I am not in the same shirt I got out of the thick black Trump shirt and the brand new hat before I'm out here. This corner is as breezy as it was. If you saw that picture, that screen I'm just showing you, as nice and breezy as it is in the front because it's a north-south wind pretty much. I'm back here with this fence and this wall where there's absolutely no breeze getting through at all. Actually, let me go ahead and look at the end of this one. And I was going when the sun was still out. I was going out looking at it. Man, it's made a big difference out here with the clouds rolling in. It was like the temperature just dropped about 10 degrees from what it was. No, that's just something that glints in there and has that kind of shine to it. But like I said, I knew that it was going to be far in between if we found anything at all. So like I said, I've already hit the win on this one by finding some little. This is a good combo with that beer is some fresh blueberries. Gizmo got his on the way out because he loves them. So little dog loves blueberries but won't eat his dog food. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and throw in a little bit more there, and I'll pull out the next one. I'll pull out a couple of scoops and get the magnet on it, and then do it and see if that makes a difference. How that pans out differently. Well, I went through another couple of pans, and we had no specks showing up, but that's okay. So like I said, we've already found our gold for the day. It's like, we hit it first thing. So it's we are we are good on that. So what we're gonna do is pull out our, so there we banged off enough of that stuff. You can see it shook out a little bit more. Still a good amount of black sand in that. But it has super magnetized my tweezers, which is a neat little tool to have when you're cleaning your gold, because it actually sucks up and picks up the little bits of black sand that still cling around your, once you clean, especially fine gold, that and just wipe it off your tweezers as you pick through your gold, and it sucks up the black sand on it. So that's a handy little trick to have with it. But again, there you see the blonde sand comes to the top each time you stratify, floats up on top of the light, heavier material. So you rinse that off. The gold, if it were in there, would be hanging down there low. So, but yeah, man, I'm debating on whether or not to run the debate. I'm debating on whether to show the debate tonight. Do a live stream set up like in front of the big screen here with the with my camera on the tripod, and then be able to just pause it with the mouse sitting there next to it, do a little commentary, watch this thing go down, see if we what we end up with. CNN's, they're trying to claim domain over it when it's a presidential debate that every Fox is covering. I think every major network is showing it, but they're not allowing it on YouTube specifically. Is what they're targeting is YouTube. So yeah, but I might be if a notification comes up. Well, I'm talking like you guys are. I'm like, this is going to be posted before that happens. So yeah, if the notification came up on that time, I appreciate you guys that came over and watched. But actually, I'm planning though for the 4th of July. Since it hits on a Thursday before the Friday show next week on the 5th, I was, it's just too early right now. It's not the 4th of July. We're in June. So, but I'm planning on doing I don't know, I wouldn't say all day. I don't know what the limit is on time for StreamYard. But set up the grill. I'm doing a special grilling for the 4th of July. Kind of an old nostalgic one from back when I was a kid at the lake that my dad would do on the 4th, because we were out there in the boat. So he wanted to put something on that he could cook and leave for a while we're out skiing and have a little fun on the lake. We lived literally, our boat, we pulled up to the shore about 50 yards from the house in our cove. And I tell you, it was an awesome place to grow up when it's not that far from population. It still had a very, it had some dense sand in there. We put a lot in there. It had a very, actually, it was a rural area for sure, very country. Thinking about, anyway, doing an all-day stream, maybe even start dismantling the gold area here, have the grill set off, and like I said, I'm going to pull up all these slates, get all this stuff moved, redo the surface, do the fence here beside me. This is all needs to be changed out. Add another 2x12 across the back there, extend the tiles out. So we're going to dig out a full inch or so of dirt all the way around the gold station here, and pan it out and see what I know there's probably some peridot and garnets down there, no doubt. At any rate, going to be a 4th of July because it is our 4th, so it's the 4th on 2024. And you know how I love my sequential numbers. So for the 4th, because it's the 4th season on the channel, Yeah, for 2021 was the first one. There it is. Look at that. See that little gold shine there in the dark, like a star in the night. That is our that's our, and I think if you look over here to the side, you can see another little star right there on the edge. So we got at least a twofer going here on this pan, but that was quite a bit of sand that we got in there. So, but yeah, man, we got more showing up. Oh, damn, and look over here on the corner. I believe that's what the gentleman on the stream called color. When you see those two little specks there side by side, and you go up, there's two more little specks up there side by side, one there. So yeah, I'm calling that color. No offense. Oh man, rock and rolling here. And then some people may be watching this going, "Oh, come on, man! How can you be? How you know? I've seen you get 5 grams, 10 grams, shiny gold, giant gold nuggets on your channel. How can you get excited about seeing little tiny specks?" And that's the wonders of gold. The in the same way that the character and the look of those tiniest little pieces are just as beautiful when you zoom in on them with a microscope as a nugget that's a 10 gram or 20 gram nugget. It's still, they're larger versions, but they maintain the same character profiles that gold has, from the micro level down to almost where it's the atomic scale to like I said. So it's just having that, seeing that, those tiny specks in a material that's, again, all natural. So again, this is basically wild dirt right off the shores of Lake Superior that's been put in a bag and brought down to me by the man who did it. But yeah, man, that's a haul right there when you've got multiple colors. There it is right there. There we go. Again, that's where the, oh, I didn't know we were still zoomed. That's where the value of a nice seasoned pan, because you can see all the details of those crisscrossed striations of different depths and thicknesses, and uh, it traps that whole and holds that super flour gold. All right, well, here we go at the bottom of another pan, and look at there. I'm seeing at least two specks of color. Okay. So I was thinking maybe I'd set up the camera, get the live stream going, run an extension cord to my phone so that the battery doesn't run dead. I'm not sure exactly how long StreamYard will let you run, unless you're maybe if you're a paid customer, but I might break it up into part 1 and part 2. I don't know, but yeah, just kind of have a hangout out here on the grilling. Maybe have some beers. I still got a mostly full bottle of tequila. Thank you to Mr. Alan Curry over there for his birthday. He'd sent me a birthday cash app there, so the donuts were on him. And I said, well, I was thinking about maybe swapping donuts for some tequila, and had some very enjoyable frozen margaritas there with the tomahawk on the grill. So, and he's a channel member, so thank you so much. It's very honored to have a channel member in the UK and a viewer, and he's one on the channel before as well. So, but yeah, that's doing, like I said, for the 4th of July, doing some. I've already been designing. I don't know. I guess if I don't have anything further advanced, these are the rough drafts for a couple of the Paydirt bottles going out, besides the big Actually, might even be doing the Freedom Fest. I've still got that Freedom Fest bottle, and 4th of July is always a Freedom Fest. So, but the water, it got water on it, so it got smeared. So I'm gonna have to see if I can maybe add a little more, make the whole thing kind of a watered down watercolor look to it or something, and salvage the bottle and make that our. Right, or I just might just do a new bottle and do that one on something separate. I don't know, but yeah, we'll definitely be doing some prize giveaways and maybe a comment giveaway at the end of it or something. Definitely be doing some guess the number Paydirt giveaways. 4th of July themed, fourth. But it is our 4th of July here on the channel, basically. So. But yeah, then have that, have the grill going with our secret dish coming up. If y'all saw the comment that I made on, I don't even remember where I made it, but I told somebody what I was going to be cooking up for the 4th of July. So leave a comment. First person that guesses the right comment or can make the reference to where that was said. I don't know. I'll give you the smart guy award. I don't know, but at any rate, yeah. So that's my thoughts on that. And again, I might be. I'm still debating on if I'm going to try to run the debate, turn it on the big screen, then have the StreamYard running with where I can use the mouse, control it, and just do commentary on it. See, without the laptop, I can't do the little in screen where we actually would be streaming because I was looking on there, how do I stream, another channel on my StreamYard, and it didn't say it was a premium service. I didn't. It said how to do it and go on there and go on to the source and this and that, and I'm looking. I keep trying to find the prompts to get somewhere else to call up another menu aspect or another part of the menu, and I'm just not because that's what I wanted to do. I was going to put it on CNN or even Benny Johnson because he'll be following it, and then because I'm sure they won't be commenting during the too much. Oh, I see a little speck shining up down there at the bottom in the lower part. I can't believe we're finding so much gold in every pan. Again, little specks. And there you see there's not just one, but there's a couple of them showing up there. There's one over there, and then there's one at the top. So yeah, these aren't just little one-off specks among the dirt. And again, just that thing is so tiny, it puts off a shine in the camera that looks like it is something of size. But in reality, that's double the actual size of it there in that zoom, because the light that it emits adds double the volume to it. So yeah, compared to what the real size of that speck is to what the camera shows it is I said it's pretty incredible. So no, I am not it is not I think most of you guys know anything you see on my channel is genuine, whether it's my opinion on something or if I'm telling you guys something I think is dangerous or not good for us, or that we need to watch out for, or that's awesome and that we need to all get into. So no, I am genuinely excited, as excited to find those little specks of gold like that as I am to see a nice big honker nugget show up. It's in a different way, of course. Yeah, it's not the same thing. But it carries its own value. Like I said, it's not based on the value of how much that little speck is worth. That worthless speck of gold, a weightless specks. It's the fact that it's there and you find it, and you can. Again, that was one of the things that just stunned me when I first started doing this. Is that you can take a pan and some water and recover gold that's microscopic size, in the crudest fashion, in the crudest way possible, recovering, something that takes extreme technology to do commercially. And again, and I think about the old miners that did not have squirt bottles, that were, the gold rush miners, the 49ers, and you know all the gold that they went through, that they just had to wash away, that was so fine that, in those pokes that they would put their gold in. I mean, geez, imagine trying to get through a pan full of river gold, and of course they were again, were they dealing with such big chunks that they didn't worry about the fine stuff until it started running out. I don't know, but I just know that I would not want to be on the river without a snuffer bottle, or in the backyard. So, but yeah, so that's what we got planned for 4th of July. So keep that in mind. And I'm going to work through a little more of this. Actually, it's getting to the end of the day. I think we might just call that our amount. And because I want to get some editing on this, and I need to clear out some more space, I think, in case I do show the debate tonight. Let's see if we even have anything that shows up in here in the pan. So it's amazing how sometimes you get this stuff and it somehow gets lost. I'll be like, man, I was sure I had more little fine pieces than that. And we're just going to do a John R. prospecting, where we keep our all of our gold in our snuffer bottle that we'll do until we've gone through this pan. And actually, I might just I might make that a prize. We'll take a couple of scoops out of the bag, and I'll add in a few little flakes of sizable gold, so that you'll know that anything you find that's not that little round chip will be genuine natural gold occurring from Lake Superior shoreline, from Mr. Ron Anders' own mining prospecting skills, because he picked a pretty damn good layer, I would say, because we've only done relatively few scoops on this giant bag. And just look at look at those little specks of gold all the way around. Fine gold. So yes, indeed, that is awesome. And like I said, he did not add anything to this. This is what came out of the ground if I was out there running pans with him on the shore today. So, and he'd have put in a lot more work than I have to get to those right now, I guarantee you. So, very cool. Well, all right, man. Well, that is an awesome start to this. Like I said, it's going to be an ongoing series. Hold on. So, and on 4th of July, as well as our giveaways, guess what came in today? That's right, it is the gold envelope, which signifies, you know what that means, one of our new favorites in the Paydirts, and that is the RJ's Gems Golden Gem Bag. Includes a little vial for your gold, and then a bag full of gems and goodies that you can see right there. We're already seeing some copper, some peacock ore, some redstone, So it's always interesting to see what's in these. I think it's gone up to $28 was the price on it now from 25 when they were what they were, but price of gold has gone up and what have you. So actually, the price of gold has come down, but it did go up, so they may be responding to that. It's a nice, like I said, I'm not sure if that's peacock ore there too. Yeah, and a nice blue, some kind of nice blue. Oh, that's another. Look at that, a nice blue cut stone. We've already got a gem. Did we lose it? There it is. Check that out. Again, that's what these are known for. The last one we had a couple. First bag we had a bunch, even the heart-shaped one, if you recall. But look at there. Isn't that beautiful? Nice little oval faceted gem. So you never know what you're going to find in these bags. Very cool. So we'll set up the camera. It'll probably be about that view for StreamYard, because it only has 2 settings on the cameras where you can't zoom in or control it when you're recording or when you're running on it. As far from what I've been able to see, I've been trying to test it out some. So we're going to be doing some giveaways. We're going to be doing the doing the grilling on the 4th of July. We'll have some fireworks. So should be fun. And like I said, we'll just see how long we let the live stream run and go with that. Go from there. So, all right. Well, so get this wrapped up.
I'm worried about the president. We should pray for the president. I think his advisors, I think the White House, and I think his family have a lot of explaining to do to their party and to the American people. This one night, was caused by and asked for by the Biden team. They wanted this night. And this is what we got. We have been told for weeks by Democrats who say, oh, in private meetings, I've seen Joe Biden do cartwheels and handstands while doing trigonometry while solving all the nation's problems. We now know that every single person who said that has been lying to the American people.
Including Kevin McCarthy?
We've been told, Kate.
I mean, just saying.
Everything we've been told about his mental acuity by these Democrats has been a lie, and everything we think we knew has been confirmed. I got a text from a friend. She's not terribly political. She maxed out to Biden in the last election because she hates Donald Trump. She said to me, I will never forgive the Democratic Party for this election. If the Democrats truly believe that he is an existential threat to democracy, and that's not just some talking point, they will wake up in the morning and they will do something else.
They had all this lined up and ready to go, though, for whenever Biden, for when this debate was over. All these networks had all their talking put together because they it's orchestrated to be able to flow this out. Yeah, it was quite a debate, I tell you. And again, I didn't hear anything that Trump said that was a lie, and everything that Biden said was a lie or inaudible. You couldn't understand half of what Biden was trying to say on the stage. So, interesting. First time doing a commentary on live stream for sure. And again, thank y'all for being there. So that's going to wrap up this 160th episode of Paydirt Reviews. And like I said, on my first day on it, we found gold, some nice little flakes of color, and in wild gold, you can't beat that. So thank you so much for Ron Andrews for bringing that up, and like I said, for and sharing photos with me on the creek and with his buddies down there. I think that's what I was saying on my phone. I inadvertently erased everything off of my phone, which was all my pictures and everything that goes with the phone text that didn't save over. A lot of it didn't save over to Google Photos for some reason, like some of it does. But so I had a bunch of different ones, several different ones with him out there doing his sluicing and stuff. Not necessarily on just on Superior, but being out in the field anyway. But very cool stuff. Like I said, never done any of the sand like that. So I really appreciate that. And I appreciate all of y'all. Again, all the channel members, thank you so much for supporting the channel and being part of it. Some of the first prizes have gone out, or thank yous, as we say on the membership lingo for YouTube. So yeah, fun stuff to do. Thank y'all so much. Like I said, tune in on the 4th of July. We'll be doing a live stream. That's the plan, at least. Blowing off some fireworks and, like I said, giving away some gold. So I'm thinking I'm going to have three of the smaller type Paydirt bottles. One 4th of July bag that'll be, or a bottle that'll be a real, regular size Gatorized bottle of Gold. And yeah, so that's kind of the plan. Then we'll give it, like I said, we'll give it away on the small ones on the live chat giveaway. Then maybe do something on the like I'll put out another. I'll have another video already, on YouTube that you can go and comment on off of the separate from the live stream, and maybe comment on a live stream or something. I'll have it installed on before. So then we'll draw the comment picker off of that, and I think that might work. So okay. That being said, thank y'all again, and I'll leave a link to the, if you want to check out if you hadn't heard the speech, it was hard to hear him straight out of the TV speak, or the speaker bar that I have on my TV, because they thought like this, my mom was just, what, Afghanistan, but I think my favorite line was where he said there was 1,000 trillionaires in the United States. And really, Joe, 1,000 trillionaires, you say? Trillion with a T. So, he's just not all there. You'd hear him, he'd talk through stuff so fast trying to get it out because he knew that was stuff that they'd memorized him with. And again, I mentioned it on the live stream, I'll give credit to CNN because it was much more fair than I would have expected him to be, as far as not just, gotcha questions for Trump and how was your ice cream, to Biden. They were pretty, like I said, to be just Trump haters. It makes you kind of wonder again, the same way that they're all lined up for the commentary as soon as it's over to, just throw Biden under the bus. So thank you again so much to Mr. Spencer17 for the awesome Trump hat and our very cool coin bars. And I guess, again, thank y'all for supporting the channel, all the channel members, all your subscribers, everyone that likes and views. So, till the next time, 4th of July, hopefully, fingers crossed. Peace out, my friends. Well, my phone's about, there's the latest little baby over there. And she was late for dinner in here. This is Jessie, my baby from last year, and that had our first, the babies that had the little bottle when I had the bottle feed. 2 of them made it and 3 of them didn't. Well, she's got another batch there. It looks like it's a couple of blacks and what's going to be a tan. But she came in there to eat and she was panting like that. And so I come in here. Hey there, little fake cutie. And I come in here and I can hear baby squeaking. So she came in here and she was in this box hunkered in with them. And so I set up her box where this is the 3rd litter now going in this whole box here. And she just went in it on her own then. So I moved the babies over to her. And she's still got some more in her, I'm pretty sure. But hopefully not many. She's due to be fixed, next month. And all the males are fixed now. So this is our 3rd litter now this year. So when it's all said and done, we ended up with 5 little babies that all seem to be pretty healthy. Got one little baby playing with that's the birthing box. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And make sure they're all
Yep, they're all still going. So, good mommy. She's being a good mommy. We'll let them. They're in here where it's nice and warm. They're by the door, so it gets a warm draft in because cats like to stay warm. So, there we go. I'm got another batch to find homes for. That's her mom checking on her.